Shalom. Go.
Marc, why don't you go sit down? You can sit with your family. All right, while we're getting set up here, does everyone have a prayer book? Raise your hand if you need a prayer book. Great. You need it, Wyatt. Okay, so we'll go get you one. All right, thank you, Linda. Just one? Only one prayer book is missing, right? Why you're the only one? All right, wonderful. The prayer book is in Hebrew and English. It opens from the other side. So those of you that have, how many of you is this your first time in a synagogue? Okay. And how many of you the first time at a bar bat mitzvah service? Same group, basically. So the prayer book, or a siddur, opens right to left. So if you think you're opening in the English direction, turn it upside down, and then you'll get to the right point. All of the Hebrew has transliteration that we're going to be using, and Marc's going to be leading most of the prayers. So that means that the English letters will help you with the Hebrew. And you can feel free to participate or just watch. We'll be explaining a lot of the rituals that we do along the way as well. The key thing here is we're going to be leading the prayers from here. We're going to have the Torahs that are inside our ark here, and we're going to come around at some point so everyone can kiss it, and that Marc can read from it. And Marc and his family will be leading a lot of what we're doing here today. Since we got a minute, anyone have any questions? We'll ask online. Anyone have any questions? Our camera is over there. Bathrooms are that way. At a certain point, you will get candy. That is not to eat. That is to toss lightly at Marc. And we do have some pretty strong people in the back, so luckily they're all in the back. And I'm Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank. I don't know. Page 128 if you want to follow.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאללה לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה לה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה 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 יאללה לה לה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. How about we try a call and response? I say something and then you repeat after me. The same words, how good it is, how sweet it is that we're together this morning like brothers and sisters. Here we go. Hine, matov, uma, naim, shevet achim, gam yachad. Hine, matov, uma, naim, shevet achim, gam yachad. Hine matov, uma 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 naim, shevet achim, gam yachad, gam yachad. Oh, fabulous.
Okay, well, I think we're ready to start. We're just going to have those of you that are a little further along, if you want to go towards this way, that would be great. Just we're going to have, when Marc comes around the Torah, then we won't need to come around the whole room. We're going to bring up Marc, and he is going to start us off on page 288.
May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering, which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know. Enriched by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done, so may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. Mode ani lefaneha, melechai v'kayam, shechecha zarta binishmati bechemla, rabba emunatecha.
right, one thing that Marc is missing here is his talit. So we're going to present him with his talit, which I believe is the talit that was used in your family for your father. For your father's bar mitzvah, right? Yours. Isn't that Marc's father? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Which who you're talking about?
So this is very special, that this is going to be the same one that your dad used. And we have your grandmother, Brenda, who's also going to present.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitat bat tzitzit.
Amen. Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who sanctifies us through your commandments and commands us to wear our fringe garment. And because this is your very first time doing this mitzvah, we're going to have you lead the Shekianu, our prayer for new things.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shechechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higiyanu, lazman hazeh.
The talit is a sign of your Jewish adulthood. So anytime you come to services in the morning or on holidays, that is what you'll wear. And it's wonderful to have your dads exactly the same way. Were you about the same height, Adam, at that age? All right, we're going to continue with our service now with the Baruch Hu, our call of community. We invite everyone to rise, page 313, and Cantor Frank will lead us in the prayer.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
And we remain standing, page 314. Marc will lead us in the English.
The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes. More welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamarot.
On page 318, we have the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated. We turn to page 319, the V'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shitecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'kshartam le'yot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha uv'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yetem kedoshim le'lechem ani Adonai Elechem asher hoseti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim li'yot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elechem.
Cantor will lead us on page 322 with the Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'el ni Madonnai, mi chamocha et abakodesh, nora tehilot osef hele, nora tehilot osef hele. Shir HaChadashon shebechol givorim v'shimcha sivotayam yachad kulam hodu v'himlechu v'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam vahed. So Yisrael, Guma b'Ezrat Yisrael, uftekinu mecha, Yehuda v'Yisrael, Galinu, Adonai tzvot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Kol Yisrael.
We invite you to rise on page 323 for our silent Amida, our silent standing prayer, and it goes through page 337. Take time for your own prayers, Hebrew, English, or just the prayers of your heart, and whenever you're ready, you may be seated.
Ose shalom bimrumav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, vimru, vimru amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'akol Yisrael.
Mark, one of the most important things we do today is pass down the tradition to you. And we're going to do this symbolically or physically with the Torah. We're actually going to pass it down through your family. So we're going to invite you down to the microphone over there. And we'll bring this down. And then we're going to need some of his family members. First, let's see, I know we're going to need Melody, Eli, and Micah, if you could come up here. And Melody knows what to do. They're going to be our ark openers. And we are going to need actually members of his family to pass the Torah down. So first I'm going to have his father Adam come up here. And don't open it yet. And because Adam's going to physically take the Torah and pass it down. And we are going to need his grandparents, Carol, Bruce, Mary Jo, and Brenda, to come over here. And we're going to have Jen stand right beside Mark. And you're going to make a line that we're going to pass the Torah down to. We say, Lador Vador, from generation to generation. And this is actually what happened. So Mark, I want you to imagine that thousands of years ago, we received the Torah, and it was passed down on both sides of your families, generation after generation, until it finally comes to you today on your bar mitzvah. I'm going to invite everyone to rise at this point as we take out the Torah, and Cantor is going to sing Lador Vador, from generation to generation.
לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, כי המלך גדול, גדול וקדוש, וקדוש, וקדוש אתה. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך.
And why don't his family come over surrounding him? And we should also mention his great-grandmother is watching from Florida. All right, Mark. So he's gonna lead responsibly on page 366.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu Adonai iti, Umumuma Shemo Yachdav.
And Mark is going to now lead the Torah procession around the congregation. It's traditional to take your prayer book, your talit, or just your hand, touch the Torah and kiss it just to acknowledge it. Come on, go, lead the way.
לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד כי כל בשמיים ובארץ כי כל בשמיים ובארץ לך אדוני הממלכה ויביא על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם, העולם, אמן. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם, העולם, עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הגמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הגמילות חסדים.
All right, why don't we bring Melody up here to close the Torah, the ark over here? Where is she? She's hidden there? Okay. And we need Carrie Katz and let me see. Oh, and Adam Woodridge to come up to undress our Torah.
Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Ya ba 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 bam ba, ya ba ba bam ba, ya ba 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 bam ba.
You may be seated.
Ya ba 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 bam ba, ya ba ba bam ba. Ya ba ba bye 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 bye.
Now, Marc is going to be reading from the Torah, which is one of the most difficult things we can do. There's no punctuation or melody, there's no vowels, and Marc had to prepare all of that. He is reading from the beginning of Parshat Korach, which, if you look in your books in front, we can find, we'll get the right page number for you. Underneath the seats, there's a book there. And in order to read from the Torah, we don't touch it directly, so Marc is going to receive a yad. So Marc, if you could reach into the bag, this is a yad, a pointer, that our executive director, Joanne Marquesi, picked out for you. You want to hold that up for everyone, and that's a gift from our synagogue and our religious school as well. So why don't we open up to the right page? And we are going to need a number of readers up here, of Torah blessers up here. For the first Aliyah, we have Aaron Herman and Charlie Herman. Yamdu, Aron Zev, Menachem, Betzalel ben Shalom Pinchas, Laliyah, Harishonah.
Might be a 638.
6:30.
Let's try that.
Just get mine. You have it. All right, so Marc is going to show the place here. Let's see, we're right over here. Let them kiss.
Baruch hu Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch hu Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayikra Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kehat ben Levi v'Datan v'Aviram b'nei Eliav v'on ben Pelet b'nei Reuven Vayakumu lifnei Nisim Umatayim Nasi'e Eda Keriye Moed Anshe She Vayikahalu Al Moshe Al Haron Vayomru Alechem Rav Lechem Ki Chol Hayda Kulam Kedushim Uvetocham Adonai Umaduati Naseu Al Kechal Adonai.
Touch and kiss thing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam atah b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And for the second Aliyah, we have Carol Katz, Bruce Katz, Mary Jo Katz, and Brenda Rosen. Yamdu, Esther, Yisrael, Rachel, Vachana, Brenda, Lalia, Hasheni. We are in Numbers 16, and we're on verse 4. Give them high five, these regions. Do you want to show them a place?
Yeah. Baruch Adonai Havarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher banu b'kol amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayishmach Moshe Vayipol al panav Vayidaber el Korach ve'adato lemor boker ve'yoda Adonai et asher lo ve'et hakadosh ve'kriv elad ve'et asher yivchar bo yakriv elav so asu kechulachem maktot korach v'chol adato.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayim natan v'torah. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshar koach. Yeshar koach. They're taking the circuitous for the third Aliyah, we have Marc's parents, Jennifer and Adam, and we invite them up here. Yamdu, Miriam, Bad, Esther, Abraham, Ben, Chana, Lalia, Shlishi. And we're on verse 7 now.
Baruch Adonai Havarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Utnu vahin eish v'simu alohen ketoret lifnei Adonai machar v'chaya ha'ish asher yivchar Adonai hu hakadosh Rav Lechem b'nei Levi Vayomer Moshe El Korach Shemuna B'nei Levi Hama'at Mikem Ki Hivtil Elohei Yisrael Etchem Me'adat Yisrael V'hikro Mekriv Etchem Elav Ve'avod Et Avodat Mishkan Adonai V'la'amodu Lifnei Ha'edah L'sharatam.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
And now we have Marc's Aliyah. This is the one where he's going to do the blessing before and after the Torah. I'm going to invite Cantor to call him up. And his Hebrew name is Yaakov ben Avraham ben Miriam. Oh, here, I'll give it to you if you want. Yaakov Miriam. And before you do, we're going to invite everyone to rise. We have a custom here. And we're going to take our fist like this, and on my signal, we're going to say chazak. Okay, ready? Chazak. Okay, you got it. That means strength. We give him strength.
Yamod, 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 Yaakov ben Avraham, Habar Mitzvah, Mazel Tov.
Chazak.
Baruch Adonai Havarach.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Vayikach Vayikrev otcha v'et kol achecha b'nei Levi itach uvikashtem gam kehuna lechein ata v'chol adatecha hanoadim al Adonai v'la'amod v'aron mahu ki talinu alav v'yishlach Moshe likro L'Natan v'Aviram b'nei Eliyav v'yomaru lo na'aleh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We'll now invite up our Torah lifter, Scott Herman, and our Torah dresser, Renee Herman. And as they lift it, it's symbolic to lift our little finger, our right pinky, as if we're lifting it as well.
Bezot haTorah asher sam Moshe Lifnei b'nei Yisrael al-pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu V'ishtachavu v'har kosho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu
may be seated. And we're going to invite Marc over here to lead us on the Haftorah, the additional reading. The blessings are on page 372. And he's reading from the first book of Samuel. What page are we on? First book of Samuel, chapter 11.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim ratzah v'divrei hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo Yisrael amo u'inviei ha'emet v'tzedek Vayomer Shemuel el ha'am lechu v'nelcha al Gilgal unhadeh sham hamalucha Vayelechu chol ha'am ha'Gilgal Vayamlichu sham et Shaul Lifnei Adonai b'Gilgal Vayishbichu sham Sevachim shalachmim Lifnei Adonai Vayishma sham Shaul V'chol anshei Yisrael ad me'od Vayomer Shemuel el kol Yisrael Hinei shamati v'kolachem Lechol asher amartam li v'amlich alechem melech Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim Sadiq bechol adorot ha'el ha'neman ha'omer ve'osei hamdaber u'mekayim shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avotah ve'al ha'neviim ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'liknucha lechavod ultifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach uvarhim otach yitbarach shimcha bivhi chol chai tamid leolam vayed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Yesher koach. All right, we're ready now to bring Marc to the center here. And we're going to need Eli and Micah. Where are you? They're going to be passing around candy. Again, this is not candy to eat. We're going to toss it so nice and lightly at Marc here. The reason is, no, you're giving it out to the congregation. He's ready to dump it on him. We begin our study with sweetness so that our journey should be sweet. They would often put honey on the Hebrew letters. And we end it with sweetness. The bar mitzvah is the completion of one section of study. And so what we're going to do is when everyone has candy, we're going to softly toss it to him as Cantor sings Siman Tov Mazel Tov. And Marc is allowed to do a couple things. He's allowed to move his body. He's not allowed to move off of the bima. He's not allowed to throw it back at you. And he is not allowed to turn around either. I want one person here to remember that they have a bat mitzvah in a couple years. So Melody, remember that a couple years later, you're going to be on the other side of this. So just remember, okay. I know you'll be nice to your brother. Raise your hand if you still need candy. Okay, the whole front. Oh, okay, we don't need the front, doesn't it? And after we finish, by the way, we will need some of the young people to come and help clean up, especially some of the kids that are Marc's friends to come here. You hear all that crinkling? Does it make you a little nervous here? Poor Cantor, she's got to stand in the line of fire. I could go sit down. All right.
Save the wine, Rabbi, save the wine.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they'll knock that over. I did get hit once. Okay, are we ready? Everyone got? All right, on Cantor's signal, you can stand up and start lightly toss, remember. Light shout.
Simon Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov. Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov. Elanu, 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 Ubekol Yisrael.
All right, we need all the Bar Mitzvah students and all the young people to come up and help out. Help out. We need the candy basket.
So the candy will be waiting for you when you leave the sanctuary. Just put it in the basket for now. They'll be waiting for you right outside.
All right, now we have to put it all together.
All the candy will be waiting for you right after the service.
All right, Marc, are you okay? Did you survive it? All right, we're going to be now putting away the Torah, and that is on page 374. The other books you can put below. And we are going to need our closers, openers and closers up here. Caleb Hildebrand and Yakira Hildebrand. If you could come up, where's Caleb and Yakira? There you are, okay.
He's weighted down.
All right, as they open the ark, we're gonna rise and sing "It's a Tree of Life." Please rise.
It is a tree of life for those
Little fast to it and all of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those that hold fast to it and all of its supporters are happy. Ba-da-da-da. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is the tree
of life for those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and
All of its supporters are happy.
Ba-da-da-da.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
We're going to close the ark. Just pull the curtain. Well done. Invite everyone to sit down, and now we're going to hear some words of Torah from Marc.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
In my Torah portion, Korach, from the book of Numbers, the Levites were rebellious against Moses. They said that Moses had too much power. Moses fell on his knees because he didn't like how they were acting. Moses then had a trial where everyone had to lay incense on their fire pans. Moses said to Abiram and Datan that they had to stand in front of their tents. He also said that everyone should move away. The ground opened up beneath them, and everyone in the rebellion fell into it. Korach's name is close to the word kah in Hebrew, and it means to take. Moses always gives, and Korach always takes. Korach's vision of Judaism is different than mine. It is not about the power, it is about the people and the community. In my Haftorah, or additional reading from the book of Samuel in the book of Prophets from chapter 11, the community there got along. That is how I see the Jewish community. People get along and they are supportive and kind. The community in Korach is the worst, and the community in my Haftorah is the best it can be. In our community, it is somewhere in between. I first started to get into the Jewish community when I was 4. Back then, I hated religious school when I went. Go forward in time to when I was 8, I started wearing a kippah and started to get more interested in the Jewish community. I started to wear kippah because it made me feel more connected to the Jewish community. Now that I am 13, I love being Jewish. It is fun to get to know people, and I actually like religious school a little bit more. My family is traced back to Hungary, both sides actually. My great-grandma on my dad's side was in the Holocaust and survived. My mom's side got to America before the Holocaust. My mom and dad met in 1998, and I was born 2 days and 13 years ago. Throughout my years, I have loved to get together with family at Shabbat dinners, to services at temple, to just getting together for lunch. They have helped me get through the years, even through the tough times. My bar mitzvah project was Gliding Stars. It is a skating program for kids and adults with disabilities. My partner was Elliot. He has a developmental disability and had to walk with a walker. He is 9 years old and is doing very well. I like doing this program because it helps kids and adults with disabilities learn to skate. Most people have a lot of fun. It happens every Sunday for 5 months straight, and at the end we have a skating show. It makes me happy seeing all the kids skate and have fun. And Elliot was even able to skate by himself at the end. I would like to thank Cantor Frank for helping me with all the prayers, Rabbi Alex for helping me understand my Torah portion and Haftorah, and Joanne for arranging and coordinating everything. I would also like to thank Harvey Horowitz for helping me with my Torah portion and my Haftorah, to read and chant it. I would also like to thank my mom and dad for helping me to get through my years so far, and everybody else in my family for just being my family. I would like to thank my sister, even though she is annoying sometimes, she can make it up. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you for being here, and some of you for not understanding a single thing I said today. Thank you.
All right, since you mentioned your parents, we're going to bring your parents up to offer you some words of blessing. And we do have some tissues here, but it looks like you're prepared.
All right, so we wrote this together, and as agreed upon, I'll read it, she'll cry. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today to celebrate in our joyous occasion, and those watching online for participating despite the distance. Welcome to Marc's friends, and thank you to Rabbi Alex and Cantor Frank. Though they could not attend, a big thank you to Harvey Horowitz and Joan Marquise who helped us through this process in many ways. Marc, as you know, Mommy had a hard time when she was pregnant with you. There were times where we didn't know if you would make it through. We, and by we I mean especially your mom, spent the first few years of your life waiting for the other shoe to drop, on the lookout for some cognitive or physical issue as a result of the trauma and the medications your mom was on during her pregnancy. Now, looking at you and your achievements today, how hard you've prepared for today, how hard you work in school and succeed, your energy, your humor, your silliness, the way you've stood up for your friends, we know how lucky we are to have made it to this point. The only possible impact I can see is a potentially unhealthy addiction to Fortnite, but I'm not sure heavy antibiotics contributed to that. So now you're 13, you've become a bar mitzvah after leading a wonderful service. We hope that you're proud of your accomplishments and realize you can do amazing things. You have made your family proud, as well as those who have spent time preparing you for today and your community. You spoke about how you have been involved in Gliding Stars, a program that provides individuals with disabilities the opportunity to increase their personal potential through the development of ice skating skills with assistance. Though you may not realize it, what you did was a wonderful thing, and you made a huge difference in that child's life. We have watched you grow and change in the past few years. You have gained confidence, and you have been willing to try new things, new sports, new activities like NJHS. You have gained confidence in your computer skills and are willing to jump in and help anyone when they need help, especially your mom. Today you become a bar mitzvah. Though this may seem like the end, it's really only a step in your Jewish identity. You've always been immersed in your Jewishness. We get together with your family for Shabbat and Friday nights. We celebrate the holidays, some more than others, together. You have attended formal Jewish education at religious schools since you were little in preschool in mom's class. Your experiences help you decide how Judaism will fit in your life. You made the decision in elementary school to begin wearing a kippah. When you asked if you could wear them, we sent you to the kippah drawer and told you to choose whatever you wanted to wear out of all the lovely colors of kippot we have from weddings and bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs we have attended. Just like these lovely people will get here today, will get a nice orange kippah to put in their collection. After you kept wearing them for a month, Mom decided you were serious and we bought better fitting ones for you. You also decided around the same time you wanted to keep kosher. When we asked what that meant to you, you said you wanted to not eat milk and meat together. Mom cooked for the next week, consciously leaving cheese on the side for a meat dish so you did not have to worry about it. This changed about a week later when you realized you could not eat a cheeseburger, and cheeseburgers became more important to you than separating milk and meat, and you stopped separating. You were figuring out what was important in your life and your Jewish identity. Your formal Jewish education may be coming to an end, but your informal one will continue throughout your life through going to Jewish camps like Camp Wise and attending the 8th grade Israel trip in February. You will also have plenty of opportunities to get involved in the Jewish teen group here in Buffalo. We hope you continue to carry what you have learned about yourself in Judaism and continue to meld that with the new experiences you will have to form how Judaism will be involved in your life. We hope you continue giving to your community, involving yourself with people and activities from all walks of life, and really begin to understand that you have the ability to change the world and to recognize how much you have to offer. We cannot wait to see how you will continue to grow and change in the future. For now, though, we hope you give yourself a bit of a break, enjoy some time this weekend with family and friends, relish in the fun and new experiences, some of them out of your comfort zone, as we visit California. Thrive and learn at camp this summer. We know you have lofty goals next year with the hard course load you have chosen, and we know you will work hard in your calm way to conquer these feats. Marc, we love you, and we are so proud of the man you have become.
You're not done yet. No, you're good.
Okay, we're good.
I thought Marc was going to join you down. We have a gift from our men's group and Women of Shir Shalom from Linda Bergman. You're a 4-year-old, you're a preschool teacher. 3-year-old teacher, preschool.
Wow, what an awesome job today. Congratulations. You make everybody proud. This is a Kiddush cup that hopefully you'll use, and you can take when you grow up into your home to celebrate Shabbat.
You don't have to open it quite yet. We'll put it. All right, Marc, now I have a chance. This is very special for me today because I was, I think, at your 4-year-old birthday party. I remember it well. And it's hard to believe that now it's your bar mitzvah. I know what an amazing family you have there, and not only very active in the Jewish community, your extended family as well, but they're also wonderful human beings who are active in the world, and they make quite an example for you. You're very lucky in that regard to be able to have such a strong network around you. Your friendship group as well, what wonderful friends you have, many of whom that I know as well. When I thought about, as I told you last night, your Torah portion, I always get excited. Korach is such a great portion. There's drama. There's the earth opens up. There's wonderful. It's like a movie. But I realized after you wrote your speech and you talked about how it's the opposite of the way we want the Jewish community to work, that maybe it's not exactly the best portion for a bar mitzvah, because the vision that it presents to the world is people not liking each other, of people doing mean things. And I think the wonderful thing that you used when you wrote your speech is you turned that around. You said, this is not how I see the Jewish community. When you look out, and this is your community here, when you look out, you see a community that people take care of one another, a community where people care for each other and like each other and want to spend time, a community where there isn't fighting between people. And that's a wonderful vision. I can say, as a Jewish leader, it's not always the case, but it is what we always aspire to. And I think it's really important, and it's so refreshing to have someone your age to be able to see the possibilities. So often we think about what's coming ahead in our life, and we don't know what it is. And there's things that maybe we're nervous and scared about. We need the young people to show us about the possibilities of what can happen. I loved hearing the stories when we met of how you decided to put your kippah on and how you decided to openly share your sense of Judaism. That was your decision, not your parents' decision. That was something that came from your neshama, from your soul. And it really means something to me because it's different going to your classes. Are there anyone else that wears a kippah there? You had to put yourself in a position that you would be different than the other kids. And I really relate to that because when I was a little bit older than you, I was 11th grade, I decided. I was in a Jewish school, but I was one of the only kids that wore a kippah around. And I remember walking around and it being very unusual. And that it took a certain amount of bravery to really show and reveal yourself that way. How wonderful that you could do that. Today, watching you, I know you were nervous, and that's okay, everyone's nervous on their bar bat mitzvah ceremony. But you didn't show it. You really stood, even in the Torah reading, when you lost your place a little bit, you found it. You found your way. And I think that's really part of the lesson of this whole experience, that you can try to do things that are difficult, things that push ourselves, things that are outside of our comfort zone. And we can do them even if we're afraid of them, even if we don't know where they'll lead. And it takes quite a bit of skill to be able to do that. I know inside of you that you have that ability, that as you go through these harder parts of your life, through middle school and high school, you're going to face things that are really difficult. And I want you to know that you have the capacity, starting today, that you showed yourself and you showed your family and friends to stick with it, to do it, despite whatever is holding you back. And that is a true gift. That'll be something that you can hold on to throughout your life. As you go forward, there are challenges that you're going to face. Whatever happens, this is your community. There's no problem too hard for us to face together, and there's nothing that will give us more joy in knowing that you have success in this life, because your success is good for all of us. It brings all of us up. As your dad said, you have an obligation to make this world better. So I am so excited that I got to see you through these first 13 years, and I'm really excited to see this next journey for you as well. We wish you a great mazel from your community. We're going to invite you over here to sign your bar mitzvah certificate. This is a certificate that shows you what you did today, the remarkable achievements of today, and also signs away all your future earnings to the synagogue. So, I said that. I also tell everyone, this is their nicest signature. It's all downhill from here. All right, so why don't you hold it up? You could come read this over here for us. In becoming a bar mitzvah, why don't you read that?
In becoming a bar mitzvah, I affirm my place among the Jewish people. I am a Jew because 100 generations before me found purpose in their faith. I am a Jew because Judaism treasures love and kindness. I am a Jew because Judaism demands justice, compassion, and truth.
All right, so that'll be on your record. We also have a certificate for a nifty trip to Israel. I know you're going to Israel in December and February. You get twice, this year and next year, in a calendar year and this Jewish year. All right, we're going to invite everyone to rise. Cantor and I are going to offer a priestly blessing. And actually, we're going to invite Marc down over there. And why don't we have his family surround him and put their hands on him, just like the ancient priests. Go all the way down there. All the family, extended family, come on out. And this is a blessing that comes through those 100 generations that came before you. May God bless you and watch over you. May God lift God's eyes to you and grant you comfort. May God lift God's face to you and grant you and all of us peace. And we say, Amen. We're going to invite Marc. You can come back up here. We need our last set of ark openers and closers. And that would be Rebecca Kalis and Charlotte Sherwin, if you could join me on the bema. And we're going to invite everyone to rise, turn to page 586 in your prayer books.
עלינו לשבח ולהודות, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא סבנו כשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך כל הארץ היום ההוא ביום
You may be seated. You can sit down. We're going to turn to our Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. And from Marc's family, he is remembering Walter Rosen, Ruth Solomon, Blanche Ponoy, Jack Ponoy, Rosa Rose, Kenneth Rose. We're going to go around it if you have other names you want to mention. I know from our Saturday morning group, Avery Sandberg, it's the yard site. Marin Sandberg. Yeah. So if there's other names you would like to mention, just raise your hand. All those whose custom it is to rise, please turn to page 598 and join us. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'alma divrach urtei v'yamlik malchutei B'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olmei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudasha b'rechu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba min Shemaya, B'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael b'imra amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel b'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, and we say amen. You may be seated. What a wonderful occasion, a simcha for all of us in attendance. We're so blessed to be able to hold this here at Congregation Shir Shalom. Marc, what a wonderful job on behalf of Cantor and I and our whole community. We're so blessed to have you had lead today, and I hope this will be part of your memories forever, and especially for you to see what a wonderful community and support group network you have around you. We have just a few more prayers. We have a Don Olam on page 625 that you're going to be leading with Cantor. And afterwards, we'll bring up melody for Hamotzi and Kiddush. And then the entire community will be invited in for a Saturday morning luncheon on the other side of those walls there in our social hall. So Marc, why don't you come over here and lead with Cantor. This is a call and response. So every time Marc says something, you should respond with the same words.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'chatz V'kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
V'yacharei kikvot hakol, V'vado yimlok nara Adon Olam, V'hu haya, V'hu hofer, V'hu yeh b'tifara Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'chatz V'kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
V'hu echad v'yen sheni, B'cham shilu lechach bira Adon Olam, B'li reshit, B'li tachlit, V'lo ha'oz v'ha'am Yisrael Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'chatz V'kol,
Azay melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, V'hu eli v'chai goali, V'tzot kavdi b'yitzara Adon Olam, V'hu nisi humanosni, Menakasi b'yom ekra Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'chatz V'kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
Biyado hafkid ruchi, b'yet jan ve'ira Adon Olam, ve'im ruchi keviati, Adon ali ve'lo ira Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'terem Kol,
B'terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa,
Li'et Nasa,
V'chatz V'kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam.
All right, Melody, we need you up here. We can close that. You want to hold up the Kiddush cup there? That's grape juice. All right, Melody, come over here. Very pretty. Oh, Charlie's gonna help you. Baruch atah
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Bo-
borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Yeah, drink that.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. We'll have the challah waiting for you on the other side. We wish you a Shabbat Shalom. If you could take your prayer books, your Sidurim, and put them in the front minus the little leaflet. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Shabbat Shalom and Mazel.